Hi, I'm Jennifer Janish, owner of Adored Salon and Adored Signature Hand-Tied Hair Extensions. I'm obsessed with curly hair. I cut it, style it, and extend it, and this podcast is all about my curly girl obsessions. Hey, it's me, Jennifer from Adored Salon, Adored Signature Hand-Tied Hair, and the curly girl behind the curly girl's obsessions. Today, I'm here with Chloe.
Hello.
She is, I'm sure you guys know, one of the stylists at Adored Salon with me. We work together all day long,
Yeah.
every day. Sometimes we've worked more together than
Yeah,
right,
right. Yeah.
but we're always, even if we're not in the salon, Chloe and I tend to text back and forth a lot outside of work.
Yeah.
And one of the main things that we will discuss a lot is social media. So the salon, if I could talk, would be nice, right? Chloe has her own page. Do you also have a personal?
I do. Yeah.
Do you use it?
Barely.
No.
Barely.
So mainly for business purposes.
Yeah.
I have three, which is my personal, the Adored Salon, and then the Adored Signature Hand-Tied Hair. But when I say personal, really, it's a business page, for the most part. Sometimes I usually put more personal stuff in my stories than in my posts. But what we're gonna discuss today is how social media sometimes just pops off when you least expect it. And if you follow Chloe on social media, her whole freaking account has kind of popped off.
Yes.
And the extension page had one lucky pop off. And how we're also going to talk about how that happened too. And it's still going.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I think we need to reinforce and talk about the most is it's you guys are seeing probably all these posts everywhere that are like, oh, get this faceless account and have more than 800 followers every month by doing these 5 simple steps, or this is what I did to get 10,000 followers, or this is what I did. What are the other, like,
It's
just
like,
follow me for trending audio so you
use
get
this reel for 100K likes on your next reel. And it's like,
no, it's not.
yes, but no. Might do better than
Right.
another reel, but 100K.
It takes a lot to get there. Takes a lot. So that's what I think is the important part about just reinforcing how much work we put into this whole social media thing. Even this podcast is a part of social media, right? It's another outlet for people to get to know us, to hopefully come into the salon, get salon services, or get to know the face behind the brand of Adored Signature and get to purchase that, or meet all the stylists. And maybe you gel with one more than the other, and that's why you want to come into the salon and see us. Or maybe you just like us for sheer entertainment, right? But when it comes to social media, Chloe is insanely consistent. I'm going to say that I'm consistent, but Chloe is insanely consistent. Every day she is working on posts for her social media for the following day, the following week, whatever. And she's always like trying to tell me, Jen, do this, do that, this worked, this didn't work. Chloe also helps with the salon. I shouldn't say helps. Chloe does the salon emails along with Janet, who is in the salon. She wears a million hats when it comes to the salon. And Janet is the person who is the mechanics behind producing the emails in MailChimp to get it sent. So, like I said, Chloe's got her hands in a lot of content all of the time. And recently on social media, when did it really start going?
like mid-January.
Yeah.
Mid-January, I made a post and I like actually think back about when I made it and like I was sitting in my bed making this reel. And I literally was like looking at it. I was like, this is stupid.
Was it the diffusing?
Yes, the
Okay.
diffusing one. I'm like, this is dumb. Like the caption literally was point of view. You get a curly cut and your life is changed. How generic could that be? Like really no substance to that. No, 464,000 likes, 11.6 million views.
Right, and it's literally
What?
it's 4 seconds, and Chloe's just not even in it, right
No, I'm
here on
not
the
in it.
side,
I'm
it's
just
just her arm,
diffusing.
and the curls are flowing back on the
Yeah,
back of the chair, and Chloe's Dyson diffuser
yeah.
is just over and over going up and down, because
Mhm.
it's a 4-second
Yeah,
continuous reel.
it's a loop video, so
And the sounding is looped, everything is looped, so how long is your caption on that one, though?
a sentence.
What?
A sentence. It was when we had the promo for get a complimentary style in January. I said make sure to come in January to get your complimentary style. That's all it says.
Okay, so let's talk about how this defies all the rules because, well, not all the rules. Okay, it had trending audio
Trending audio,
you
looping sound, and
and 4 seconds,
yeah,
right? So that's
quick.
another thing. Like we do a lot of research on what it takes to get these views and this what
This
like
reaction. Yeah.
interactions,
Yeah.
right? And we watch the insights too, but it's really depressing when you click on the insights and they're insane, but your actual likes on the post are like 3,
Yeah.
right? So Chloe's also increased her like count to quite a bit.
Yeah.
But when you have so the trending audio, we hear so much about trending audio. What is trending audio?
Trending audio, honestly, I don't know where they come from or what makes them trend. I am under the impression it's the Instagram algorithm that promotes it, or when multiple people use one sound, it becomes popular. But how they become popular is still beyond me. I think when I make my reels, I look for the little arrow in the
Of
corner that
course,
says that
that's
it's
telling you that
trending.
it's trending is this little tiny
Yeah.
arrow on the left-hand side.
And then just looking how many videos are on there.
Which
And
is so crazy because now it says too, like everything that we've read and shit, we even pay for information on this stuff,
yeah.
is like that you want this sound to have around 2,000
Like videos.
views
Yeah.
or videos attached to it, not 1.6 million or 940K. Like you want it around that 2,000 mark. So I think that's also tricky because how do you know, like it's trending at 2,000, but has it, like we use this term, popped off? Has it popped off? It's
Yeah.
only around 2,000 views. So what makes it so enticing that it is becomes trending? You're taking a risk. That's it. You're taking a risk on social media. Like, okay, that sounds so ridiculous, but like you're taking a risk that this 2,000
Yeah. This
whatever
audio
audio that
is
has
gonna work.
2,000 reels associated with it and that it's going to work. And you have to know that keeping the attention span of your viewers is short. So the average attention span, I think, is less than 7 seconds.
Yeah, for sure.
So everything tells you that your content should be less than 7 seconds or changing within the 7-second, right? And when you do that looping video, this is where it defied the odds, is it says that you have a looping video, but that your caption is longer. So it takes the person longer than the actual video to read the caption so that it keeps looping and getting views, which are considered interactions. And you hope that people share it, you hope that people save it, you hope that people comment and that people like. And it's just one of those things. So once that video happened for you, then it was like everything in succession did. So is it because you like, and this is it sounds like we're giving away tidbits, but
you could Google this.
You could Google it, you could do it today, and then in a week you could do another post and it's not gonna work. the key here is that Chloe has been consistently
Mhm.
posting 5 days a week,
4, I would say 4.
4 days a week, for 3 years.
3 years, yeah,
Three
long
years,
time.
consistently posting 4 days a week for 3 years, heavy content, lots of content,
Mhm.
always something new. And that's how long it took. And the reason too is we don't buy followers. We
No.
don't use these apps like there's this thing, I think it's called Kickster or something,
Mhm.
where like you pay an exorbitant amount of money a month in order to purchase followers and hope to God that the followers are actually people who want to see your stuff. That's the other thing that's so crazy is like you see all these accounts that have 100K, 200K,
Mhm.
1.5 million followers, and you're like, okay, do all these people really want to know about these, branded boss babe memes,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Or when you see it and it's like it is a hair page. It's very, yes, there's a lot of women that look at hair, but out of all of those followers, how many people are actually seeing your stuff? Hardly
Yeah.
any, right? So while it's really is pretty awesome that those accounts got that high, it's kind of a number that you don't know what's behind it unless you
Mhm.
sit there and you scroll through all their followers. They could be
Yeah.
bots, they could be. So that's the key that we're trying to drive home too, is that it's been slow and steady growth
Mhm.
of the people who actually want to see your stuff. And the same on my accounts too. It's like I don't want to get to 10,000 followers of followers who are just
Yeah, they're like almost like bots.
17-year-old
Yeah.
boys staring
Yes.
at hair
No.
pictures. That's
Yeah.
not happening, right? So, that's the key too, is making sure that the people that follow you actually want to follow you.
Mhm.
So in mid-January, when you did this post and it popped off, then you utilized all those same things moving forward
Yeah.
a lot. Like if you notice Chloe's reels now, has the main point of the caption is in the actual reel.
Is in the reel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm not making a super long caption at this point just because everything I'm trying to say is in the reel because I feel like people are either not going to read the captions or it's just going to get looked over if it's too
Yeah.
long. So,
And it
yeah.
takes a lot of time. Like between a caption, okay, start from the beginning. Making the reel, creating the making the reel the in video form, right?
Mhm.
Then adding the text to the reel,
Mhm.
finding the trending audio. Do you find the trending audio
I find the
first?
audio first. So what I do is I go through just all my reels. It doesn't have to be hair related stuff, literally anything. And I just hit the little audio button and see which ones
That's
I
what I've
want
been
that are
doing.
around those. Save a bunch of them, and then I go in, make my reel. Usually I'll have some type of inspiration already in my mind, or I would have seen a video that was like, oh, I could use this content I have and make something like that. So try to find something or get some inspiration from something else, go make the reel, and then put the audio in, and then go from there.
Yeah, and so, but like time wise, finding the audio, that's a good 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like
And
you scroll through, you're like, oh, I like this song. Oh, I don't like this song. Oh, I
or
like
even
this song.
going back and forth, like you make the reel and you're like, does this one sound better? Does this other one sound better?
Do you save the audio?
Hmm.
How? I feel like my save button doesn't even save it anymore.
Really? I go to my, there's an option when you make the reel, it won't come up in like trending. You'll have to hit like, there's like a little top bar and it'll say saved.
But is it in the three dots?
No,
Is it a flag?
no.
Like it just pisses me off to no end because I'm like, how do I get that in like just
And then
yet?
you hit
Yeah,
that little saved and then you go to reel.
but like mine does not save.
And then you have to go up here and
Yeah,
hit save. It doesn't go up there?
no,
Yeah, mine always goes there.
no. So I actually have to make it from the point of finding the audio,
Oh my
like
gosh, that would
immediately.
piss me off.
Like
But
that's when I make
I
it.
did update my Instagram today, so maybe it needs an update or something. But that's
I don't know.
like
It
annoying.
drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts. So, and then you would create this caption, right? And then, if you're like me, you're like, okay, I suck at English. Where's the comma? Is
Right.
this spelled right? No, all of that's wrong in mine. I'm like moved past it, right? No punctuation. And if
Right.
it blues out, okay, let's fix this
And I'm
spelling.
so like long-winded too. I feel like I start talking and then I'm like, but also you could do this. And it's like, no, we need to stay on one topic
Too much
here.
information
Yes.
in our heads
Yeah.
for here. So then after that comes hashtags. Do you copy and paste yours?
Not anymore. I did that for a long time, and I think it was a reason why a lot of my posts went stagnant. I do because I think Instagram does pick up on if you're just copying the same
And paste.
things. And
Mhm.
I would literally, in my notes, it'd be like hashtag for a curly cut, hashtags for blonde, hashtag for red hair. And I would, whatever the post was, copy, put it in. And I think first it was really good because it was fast and it
Easy,
didn't
yeah.
catch up with
Mhm.
Instagram yet. And then did that for about a year. And then it was like 5 likes, 7 likes. I'm like, okay,
What
no.
am I doing wrong now?
So now, same thing, kind of like how I do with the audios. I go through other people's, like, especially not hairstylists, but there are marketing people on Instagram that do the sounds. And I look at their hashtags too. And a lot of them will be like hashtag trending audio, hashtag explore page, hashtag trending now, hashtag trending reels. And like, that's not necessarily like
What we would put
hair.
in it,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not, oh, blonde balayage, blonde gold curly cut. Like,
Mhm.
it's a lot more broad, so a lot more people could see it who aren't just looking at blonde hair
Yes,
inspo,
right.
curly
Baby
inspo.
like
Yes. So it gets to a lot broader,
balayage.
yes, gets to a lot broader range, which sometimes is great. Sometimes you get like the middle school boy, and it's like, not you.
Right?
But regardless, I think it's better to be on someone's explore page than just be hidden in the
Yeah, in the bubbles
depths
of
of Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
And then are you using the SEO words yet? Have you started doing that?
Not yet. I need to start, but I was gonna ask you, does that replace your hashtags?
No.
No. Okay.
No, so it just complicated it that much more.
Oh, perfect. Just another step.
Just
Yeah.
another step. And when it comes to the SEO words, they should be words like when we think of hashtags, a lot of the time we think of topics, right?
Mhm.
But it should be things that th- oh, I mean, is this always what mine are? No, but like some kind of point you wanted to get across that wasn't in your caption. Like maybe you're talking about curly, like a gel,
Mhm.
but you didn't say like with your curly haircut or something like
Mhm.
that. So curly haircut, curly specialist type of thing. But then it goes deeper to the point of what you just said too, with those other hashtags, is finding words that might be searchable
Mhm.
or trending search.
Mhm.
Like I know this sounds crazy. It's like, okay, really? This is how much work you're putting into this? But at the end of the day, we need every marketing funnel possible
Mhm.
to get new clients into the salon. Yes, we love to maintain our old, right? But we're always looking to grow. Like
Mhm.
our clients aren't in the salon every 4 to 8 weeks traditionally. Because we do curly hair cutting, our client base has to be so much broader
Mhm.
because most of our curly clients are coming in every 4 to 8,
Six, eight,
6
6,
to
8.
8
Yeah.
months to a year for a curly cut. Do we get some of them for color? Yes, we do, but a lot of our clients come from really far.
And I feel like well, I shouldn't say rare, but not everyone's like, give me a blonde to my root these days.
Right.
So I
Yeah,
feel
their
like
color lasts so
majority
much
of mine
longer.
are like lived in colors where they're
Mhm.
going 6 months between services. So yeah, it's imperative to have new people
Yeah.
coming in because if we're relying on the same 10 people, well,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
only
not
gonna
gonna
have 2 good
happen.
months a year.
Right? Yeah, it's not gonna happen. So that's why, and also because we're niche down, like
Yeah,
we don't, um, we don't do men's cuts, we don't do kids cuts, we do children's haircuts, but they are at it's like as if they're just a client of the
yeah.
salon. So all those things when I first started my career that filled the gaps, we don't have in here.
Mhm,
So we're looking for those clients that have curly hair and want the best curly haircut from us. We want them to come to us because curly is a culture at Adored. We are like the curly hair destination.
mhm.
And that's why we want our guests to come. And then with the hair extensions, same thing. We want them to come in here because they are looking for the best hair extensions that you can get. We just don't settle for status quo. We even have our own line of hair extensions in
Mhm.
order to get the best hair that we
Yeah,
believe is out there. So we're really like, here's this pool like of clients, right? That's the world. And Adored Salon's pool of clients are like
yeah.
that, like, right? Like it's,
Mhm.
but meanwhile, that button is large in the scope of things because we need that many more to fill up the schedule. So hence why we work really hard between emails and
Mhm.
social media and how do we create the best social media post that draws someone into us. Um, we covered, oh, SEO words. Do you
Yeah.
focus in on the time of day ever?
Yes, mornings. Mornings I do best. If I post it, and I don't know, I feel like always mornings, anytime middle of the day, like now it would do terrible. I feel
Yeah,
like if I
because
posted,
everybody's running around.
but maybe if I posted around 8 or 9, it would do okay. Like
But again,
mornings and
then it's
nights.
sketchy. Like
Yeah,
you're like, is everybody gonna lay in bed and go on their phone? Or
yeah.
we do have the benefit that everybody, including us, is stuck in that social, I call it like the social wheel. Like
Mhm,
you need that dopamine. So you're like, okay, I'm going to check Instagram. I'm going to check Facebook. I'm going to check my emails. I'm going to check this. I'm going to check. And it's like you check all the points of contact to see if anybody's contacted
mhm.
you or liked your
Yeah,
stuff. So it really could do well
yeah,
at 8 or 9 p.m. It's just saying that hopefully everybody's there and watching
yeah.
because it is so this is another weird thing. Like they're like within the first 5 minutes, it's got to get liked, it's got to get
Mhm,
shared, it's got to get commented on, blah blah blah. Brings me to the Adored Signature post that
mhm,
I did. It was February 16th, so it's over a month old.
mhm.
And today, I mean, it's almost depressing. Every time I create a new post, the new post is drowned out
Yeah.
by this post that I created February 16th that has totally popped off. Like, I couldn't ask for more. I'm super happy. The extension page has gained a lot of followers, true to the brand, right? They're all extension artists or people that wear extensions, people that I want to see it. But I was listening to, if you guys are familiar with Boss Babe, I listened to that podcast religiously, and she had one on where she did a detailed schedule of how she does hers per week. And she talked about this thing called remixing reels. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, I didn't even know that that was a thing.
Yeah.
So, and is it legal?
Right? At first, when you first told me, I'm like, someone's gonna steal my stuff on there? I'm like,
And if you
what?
have the button toggled on
Yeah.
for people to remix your reels, yes.
Yeah, and they will. They have. They
And
did it. They
yeah,
did.
they
Yeah.
were like, oh, she's got over a
Perfect.
million views.
Yeah.
So I found this audio with Will Ferrell, and it's from what is it, Stepfather or
I think
Stepchild?
stepbrothers. Yeah.
Stepbrother? Okay. I don't know what the name of it is, but he's a funny comedian. The only benefit here is that he has curly hair
Mhm.
because he definitely does not wear hair extensions. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this. It was like trending, and I want to say the audio was trending at like 2,300, but the reel was Will Ferrell. So
Mhm.
I was like, okay, I'm just gonna remix this, and it remixes the whole thing. And what does remix mean is that you tap these dots on the lower right-hand side, and then it gives you these options, and remix is in the middle. I'm like, okay, this means it's legal.
Yeah, you're
'Cause
offering
it's
it.
freaking me out.
Yeah.
So I touch it, and then I put a black box. I searched up in the, what's that?
The like
It's
the
like the
stickers.
yeah,
Like
the sticker.
yeah.
So I searched black box that I could black rectangle so I could cover the caption that they had above him. And I put the black box over it, and then I put the caption was something like, if someone ever tells me that I can't wear hair
Mhm.
extensions or whatever. And Will Ferrell's like throwing a temper tantrum in the back of this car saying that how he would never, 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 not even if there's a fire. Literally, that's the words.
Mhm.
And this thing is, it's gonna hit 1,000,000 views,
Mhm.
and it has been shared, I would say at least it's definitely over
Thousands.
10,000 times. It's been added to people's story, like, I wanna say that number the last time I looked was like 8,200 something. It's been saved. It's like everything that you wanna post to do, right? Except it's drowning out all my current
Right? Does
posts. I'm
nothing
like,
else gets
"What?"
any
Nothing else gets
attention.
attention except the Will Ferrell, who's a male who doesn't wear
Yeah.
hair extensions, but has curly hair. But his curly hair is kind of frizzy.
Yeah, he needs
He
some
needs a little
the
help.
advanced climate
Yeah,
control.
he
Yeah.
needs something in there. But so that, and do you ever feel that way about your blow dry video? Because it's still going, right?
Oh, every day, every day. It's every time I go 200 likes. Is it anything new? Nope.
Nope.
It's from January.
How about all this other work that I have put in,
Yeah.
right? So we started talking about that. The time to create a post, I feel like is 30 minutes,
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
right?
Easily, unless you already have it planned out what you're gonna put,
If
then
you
no.
already spent the 30
Or if you
minutes
already did
prior,
it, yeah.
right? So that brings us to another point, like plan out all your social media content in less than 30 minutes for the week
Yeah.
or the month. I
No.
almost sometimes feel like they even say for the month. That is a load of shit. Don't buy it. Don't actually purchase
Yeah.
these content things because in order to get good content, it takes a lot of work
Mhm.
and you have to be diligent. You have to put the time in behind it. If you purchase your followers, it's going to bite you in the ass in the end because they're not going to be people who really want to see your
And
brand.
they're all bots. Like, I feel like
Right.
a lot of time when they're bought too, it's like, I don't even know, like the fake accounts. They're
Yes.
fake accounts,
Right.
basically.
And do you ever see like when you unfollow an account or you block, it's when you block an account
Mhm.
that all of a sudden like you lose 10
Yep,
followers
because
because they're
like not
bots.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is. It's really it's crazy to think that this is how much time us as hairstylists spend on social media, diving in, caring really deeply about it because
Mhm.
it is our voice into the world. And this is a true testament to how hard work pays off. Last week in the salon, this was actually kind of a comedy. I heard more than one time, "Oh, how did you come into Adored?" As the stylist is prepping this client, right? And they're like, "Oh, I came here because of her Instagram," and they were
I know.
pointing at
Yeah,
you.
I on Friday, it was Alyssa's whole day. "How'd you hear about us?" "Oh, Chloe's Instagram." "Oh, Chloe's Instagram." I'm like, "Well, nice to meet you. I'm Chloe."
It was pretty funny. It
Yeah,
was like, "Oh my gosh, this really is happening."
yeah,
And, it's just one hand feeds the other in the
yeah.
salon. Like Chloe will
I'd
get
rather 'em be in
right.
here than
Yeah,
not at
they come
all.
in and it is funny in here. I feel like, I mean, maybe I'm seeing it from a different perspective, but I've shared a ton of my clients
Yeah,
with
we
everybody
all
else, right?
share.
Clients get shared and we're not psychotic in here about ownership of who owns what. The common goal is just to get the client to be happy and have the
Mhm.
hair that they want. We'll even work together
Yeah,
sometimes to do, well, a lot of the times to
yeah,
complete a client and make sure, especially when it's hair color and extensions. Obviously not on a haircut, but
right.
we do blowouts
Yeah,
together. So it just makes for a really easy working environment and fun.
Mhm.
And, sometimes if Chloe's working that much harder on her social media and helps to fill the whole salon,
I'll do what I can do.
right? It'll come back around again one
Always,
day, right?
yes.
Like it just all works out. So, but that is in a nutshell. A lot of people tell us that our social presence is really good. And this is coming from the two who spend a ton
Yeah.
of time researching, editing, and producing videos. The
Yeah.
girls, the other girls in the salon do as well too. Like
Mhm.
we're always sharing tips amongst each other, but this is our sickness and our
Yeah.
addiction.
We do love our social media. We do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of trial and error, but when it works, we're like, "Woo, can't get enough of it." Yes.
So excited that it even happened. Okay.
Mhm.
So if you want to follow us on social media, if you don't already, Chloe is
I'm curls period by period Chloe.
I'm Jennifer underscore Johnson underscore Janish. Adored Salon is all one. Adored underscore signature underscore hand tied underscored hair is the extension account. And then we do have TikToks too, but I don't feel like we put enough time into
Not
it
yeah.
right now.
We're one thing at a time. Once we conquer Instagram, we'll
It's just
conquer
kind of
TikTok.
like, oh my God. And now with all this TikTok being potentially bought,
Right, I
shut
know. If they're
down,
gonna shut it down, we're not gonna
we're not
invest
gonna
in it right
invest.
now. Let's
I
make sure
feel
it
like
stays.
we're just kind of like coasting through that one. I was pretty hot and heavy on it for a while, and now
Same.
now
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, let's see where this
Right.
lawsuit goes.
We'll
So,
see. Yeah.
all right. Well,
Right,
thanks
guys.
for listening. Hope you
Thank
guys took
you.
away from our social media psychoticness.
Yes, we love the algorithm. Love it.
Hope you have an awesome day. Thanks for listening to the Curly
Bye.
Girls Obsessions.